Hi guys, I'm Bob. And
Hi Bob.
Hi Bob.
And you're watching the Undercurrent. And we're interviewing the artist of the week, Little Fish. Hey. So where did the name come from? Yeah, Little Fish.
Little Fish. God, it was our fate to be called Little Fish. One, because we got a song called Little Fish, and when we played our first gig, the promoter knew the song but didn't know our band name, so just called us Little Fish.
Okay.
So that's number one. But before that happened, young Nez and we met in a fish and chip shop in Oxford on a drunken night out.
Little Fish.
So we kind of, and then we never thought we didn't know if the band would grow or not. So with the singular and the plural, it just all went together.
Cool. So how long have you known each other?
2,000 years?
It feels like 2,000 years.
A decade.
BC. Me and Juju have known each other.
About 6-7 years?
Yeah, about 6 years now.
6-7 years,
cool.
Yeah.
And you've been playing your instruments for
2,000 years.
2,000 years.
I was playing.
5,000 years.
I started playing drums at about 9 or 10 years of age. I got off it for a while, and then I started again when I was about 16 and played with various people, and then come back, and then I was in the local fish and chip shop, as Juju said, one night, and an argument broke out and the place got battered and all that stuff. Sorry, it's crap even by my standards. And yeah, so that's where
Fish got battered.
The place got battered.
We had a food fight because I thought he was speaking rubbish, and we were very drunk.
Well, actually, Jude was speaking rubbish. It was me who popped up and defended the immortal drummers that we are, and here we are today. We sort of just started jamming with each other and one thing led to another. And we've been gigging a lot, and we are where we are now.
Cool.
On the Chesterfield.
So you recorded the album as a duo, but when you're live, you have the great guy Ben here,
The Ghost.
who is actually slightly out of shot, but. And so he's on Hammond. So is there any intention to have Ben on future recordings, or is it strictly live?
I think we will definitely have Ben for the next album because he has added a lot to our sound, and as much as we're very careful not to take the energy of what we have and what we've created away from the music. So we don't want to add too much.
Yeah, sure.
But I think the Hammond really helps complement the song.
Gives a good new layer to it.
Yeah.
Cool. And so, how did you originally get signed? Kind of who noticed you? What's the story behind that?
It was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of naivety, I think, on our side as well. It was a very old-fashioned system. It was, if we do as many gigs as we can, eventually someone will maybe just come along and want to sign us. So we just hit the road and did loads of gigs until we started to get a little bit of a following and a buzz about the town.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just did a couple of demos, and then
we did a demo.
A friend of ours was A&Ring for somebody and played them some stuff, and that person was Linda Perry, and within a week she had sort of flown herself out from LA to come see us in Oxford, do this little pub, and wanted to really find out a little bit more about us, so she took us back to Los Angeles and just jammed with her for a few days in the studio, as you do.
As you do.
And then we went from there, so yeah.
Cool. And I hear you've supported quite a lot of really cool bands, like them Cricket Vultures, Placebo, Hole, Monday. So how did that happen? How did they hear your music through?
It's different ways, really. It's at the end of the day, every band that supports a band with us has heard our music and sometimes chosen it on a pile of 10 or that gets on their desk, With the Debbie Harry, she saw us supporting Courtney Love out in New York and then personally asked us to do the tour. And then, I think That's
Kind of
yeah,
rolls.
just rolls a little bit.
Cool. And how is it like compared to doing like your own shows, like, or maybe
We
like?
don't know. This is our first own
This
show.
this is your first.
No, we've done a.
We did a little mini headline tour
Pretty
last
much.
year, but we've been supporting some really good acts. Not this year, but this is our little headline.
You played Sonosphere as well.
It's a
Yeah.
Sonosphere this year.
Did that go well?
It's amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
Cool. It's just around the corner from where I live, really.
Oh.
Mate.
Great. Nice area.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, it seemed quite kind of fieldy and
Yeah,
nature.
well, Yeah, I'm from Luton,
Countryside.
which is not too far from.
Oh, okay.
So it's not fieldy there, but.
Yeah.
Um,
Close your eyes.
So, also like your house party shows, you've done a few of them. How do you find them? Do you find them fun or intimidating?
I love them. I'll answer first, Nez, and then you can answer. Okay?
Go.
I love them because you get to meet when you do a big show and you're on stage. Even though you're around a lot of people, you don't actually interact with them and you don't get to meet them and you don't get to talk to them. You're kind of you're kind of lonely around loads of people. You're not lonely because you've got a few friends. It's fine, but
You're like a
whereas-
bubble.
Yeah, you're in your bubble, and that's great. But it's really nice when you're in a house party. You've got feedback. You've got people that you meet, and you can talk to them, and it's really fulfilling. I like both, and it's nice to have both. Which is why we do both. What do you reckon, Nez?
Yeah, I must agree with you. I think it's what that is, that sort of connection with people, and it's good. I mean, I love like the bigger shows because I can whack the shit
You
out
can
of
rock
my
out
kids, I
to it.
suppose, and
Yeah.
rock out. And I guess when you do the house party stuff, you have to be a bit more
Yeah, you can't.
relaxed on it, and you have to
Be
play it
so
in a different musical sort of way as well, really. But yeah, it's fun. House party's fun.
And when you are supporting like these big bands, do you see like how effective it is in growing a fan base? Do you see like
Do you see how effective?
like growing like a following from these kind of bigger bands?
You don't notice it maybe instantly, but what we notice more and more is people saying, "Oh, we saw you at Courtney Love," or "It was great to see you supporting Blondie," and that is slowly coming together. So you immediately, because it's quite a challenge to support a big act because the audience aren't there for you, and they really don't care about you, unless.
And like the Twitter and things like that, and Facebook, does that really help you in like growing your fan base as well? Like the interaction you get with your.
I think so. I hope so. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we speak to. It's really nice to get encouragement from strangers.
Yeah.
It's good. I think so.
Yeah, I think when you respond to them as well, they feel like there's that sort of connection.
The intimacy,
and they,
kind of.
yeah, something a bit personal between them, between people.
What are you showing me? We've got it. We've got 1,000 people on Twitter. Yay! We should give
There
that
you go,
person.
1,000 people on Twitter.
You should give that person a prize or something.
Pretty cool.
Give them a T-shirt. Tell them they can we find out who it was? No. Give them a T-shirt.
And Gigi, I know you're a champion of women in rock. You really.
Champion. I am.
You're a champion.
Hey, I'm the champion.
You're really.
Only recently. I've just come to realise that we did loads of gigs, Nez and I. We did loads of gigs as a two-piece. We toured the country by ourselves, and not once did we. Well, actually, once we supported a band that is now dismantled out in Cornwall, who was female-fronted, Rosie and the Goldbug. But there was just not a lot of female-fronted bands that we have come across, and we've done a lot of gigs in the pubs. And I just think, then we've done like the Spectrum where we supported big rock, iconic women and their bands, and there's just this huge jump, like, well, who's going to fill their shoes? Like, where are the women in rock and roll, and where is the support for women in rock and roll? Why aren't there many women in rock and roll? Like, I'm just interested to know why that is, because I think there's a lot that you know, of music. Women are different musically, and it'd be nice to that they offer stuff, because I think music would be more interesting.
So do you think women have quite a hard time in the music industry, kind of making it? And
I've no idea. I'm curious. That's why I'm starting a little interviews and trying to gather information. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, I can make informed and intelligent guesses, but I don't know quite yet. I haven't got it all together yet.
And are there any like female-fronted bands that you rate highly that aren't really well known?
Who are you saying? Oh God, no, you can't tell me that.
No, I don't know. I think Julie's just answered the question, but we don't sort of really know, because I don't think there's that many noticeable women-fronted bands out there who we've really come across, so we can't really.
There's a band that got mentioned in Elle magazine. We got mentioned in Elle magazine this last month, precisely coincidentally talking about women in rock and roll, saying there's a band called Sleigh Bells, who are creeping through into rock and roll, and I've never seen or heard them, so I'm gonna get their album. And
I think I've heard the name actually.
Yeah, so there's them. You know, possibly in New York there might be more rock and female. We just did an interview with Debbie Harry and her producer, who was saying that there's a lot of female rock bands in New York, so maybe that's the scene to check out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Does anybody else know?
That was the Bangles reunion.
It was Joan Jett.
Oh, it was Joan. Bless.
I think the Bangles woman lives in LA. We met her.
Yeah, we did. We met on the Blondie tour, actually.
She's part of our paper club.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Patterson.
Do you want to explain what the paper club is?
Kelly Patterson, isn't it?
Vicky
Patterson, sorry.
Patterson.
There's
Yeah.
two sisters. Yeah.
We before we had our album out, we had fans. We were doing gigs and we didn't know what to do. We couldn't give them anything, so we decided to send them little paper squares in the post. So you can join up on our website and just click and give us your address. And every 3 to 4 months, we send little poetry and artwork in the post, just to make people feel happy, because everybody just gets bills and shit in the post.
Yeah.
And we just bought it out. We want to make people feel good.
That's really nice.
So there you go.
So have you got any like advice you'd give to like new bands coming out? Like just anything to
Take up IT.
God, that's exactly what Debbie Harry said in her answer. Didn't she? She did. Yeah, she did.
Did she?
Yeah.
God bless old Debs.
Yeah, no. Do you know, I just like to say that I saw this amazing band in LA recently called Nightmare and the Cat. And if bands like that they're a young band, they've written some great songs, they sound great. If bands like that are coming through, then, you know, they don't need any advice. Like, follow them. Like, they're a young band that seem to me are just doing it right. Get out there, do shows, and if you really believe in what you're doing and it's something that, you know, you can't not do it. You know.
yeah.
But do it. Don't think about it. Do it.
So be proactive.
Proactive.
And just do as many shows as you can.
Yeah, I think so. Busking, house parties, friends, birthdays, your nan, sing at your nan's, sing everywhere.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Here, end up the lesson.
You're end of the lesson.
Cool. On a final note, because I think it's coming.
Because it's just about to kick in.
You've got a new single coming out
Yeah.
at the end of this month, is it?
Yeah.
Sweat and shiver.
Sweat and shiver.
Do you want to talk about that for a bit? Like,
Yeah. Well, it was before we got signed. We spent, I'll say it really quickly. We spent a bit of time feeling pretty shit, and we felt like that.
Alex Jones.
There were voices going around in our head. And no, seriously, yeah. So it was just kind of a song about coming out of a bit of a headspace after a bit of an intense period.
Hey, right. I was just at a communal place.
Yeah.
Nice. I was getting a bit lost.
Cool.
No worries, big fella. And cut.
That's cool. It's been great.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thanks,
You,
Bob.
another thing, are you looking forward to this show?
Cheers, Bob.
We're really looking forward to the show, and we're excited that you came.
Cool.
And your brother came. Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing the interview. It's my favourite thing.
You're welcome. Well done.